shades of the spectrum up there. I'm like, I look like a fucking leaf right now. I look like I'm part of the wall. And Gene's got that olive complexion.
That's just.
I look like I'm sick.
You look great,
What I
man.
do.
No, look at me. I think it's the orange. The orange is making my.
You're being
my
hard on
skin
yourself.
look
I don't like it.
You look amazing.
I don't
man.
like it.
You're
I mean,
handsome.
I know I look good.
Right.
I mean, I know.
So don't
I
be
look
mean.
real
Don't
good.
White
be
lives
mean to
matter, man.
yourself.
Why
Come on.
not? Oh god.
Oh, that's so perfect.
That is perfect.
Oh,
That
quit
is
hating
perfect.
on yourself, dude. Your life matters.
Lots matter.
My
man.
life does matter.
Yes.
Man.
You matter.
I matter.
It matters to us.
White lives
It
matter.
matters to us. Welcome, guys, to Sharing Needles with Friends. We got a friend with us.
What's up, y'all?
Today, we've got Mr. Jay Bush.
Jay Bush,
Very-
1/3 of the
Very-
middle pillar.
Yes, very good friend of ours and musician who we work with all the time, and we could not be more stoked to have him on the show because
You sound.
what's about to happen?
You sound like you're giving an ad right now.
It does sound addy.
You sound like it's an ad. This is Jarius.
So I'm doing an intro because we're introing.
Who are you,
I'm trying to have fun.
Hey guys,
Jay.
so I'm 1/3 of the middle pillar, Jay Bush.
Thank you. Take that. And we're going to have a long discussion today about all things. All things. That's it. That's literally it.
Oh, so we're entering the
But-
podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Got
That's what I was
you.
doing. And then he said, you sound addy. No, all of this is going in. Even your embarrassing ad comment. It's okay. It's okay.
What an embarrassing ad comment.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Everyone out there knew that we were doing it.
I don't even have a
Everyone knows-
microphone.
Well, we can hear you clear.
I don't
We
even
hear
have
you-
one.
We hear you well enough.
Okay.
We hear you well enough. Welcome, though, to the show.
Oh, I don't
first
think
show with a
so.
guest, you know? That's
is.
like a notable thing to like mention to you guys because we don't want to just jump into the episode and you're like, wait, there's two of them. What?
And we probably did bad for having the best guest first.
Aw, the only
I know.
one?
Man, you're the first guest,
Ruiner
dude.
of all other
And-
guests.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
so
li-
special.
Like we said,
you cover your top teeth.
rotating
Hold on.
character.
Cover your teeth. Oh gosh. Oh.
Recurring character in this universe we call Sharing News with Friends. I would say this is by far not the first, or well, this is the first, not the last time that you will see this gentleman on our show. Because tonight we are going to, at the end of this episode, play a new track
Our inaugural track. Our first track.
First track.
by us three, the middle pillar,
The middle pillar.
called Monsters, which comes out today,
Yep.
which is Friday, October 14th. Video coming.
Good angle.
It's good. He's always concerned with the angles. It's so crazy.
It's important.
It is. I mean, angles are everything.
Yeah.
It's why
Geometry,
people
man.
geometry.
reality. That's
true.
reality. It's
It'll
all-
teach you.
Geometry.
It's all light reflecting on a
That's
crystal.
very
How
true.
much better I look like this on that screen
Yeah.
than if I do this. It's like, oh, what's this thing?
Oh, that's your neck.
I think we look worse
think
when you
you-
look that way because you're seeing yourself. Not
Like I don't like the way I look
Focus.
when I'm looking at myself
Yeah.
sideways. I don't like
Like,
that.
But
at all.
if you
I
look
wish-
this way, you look
But I-
great. I bet.
I wish I could.
Oh,
look at
I know I look
myself.
great.
I look
this
great
is-
this way.
Yeah, me too.
But
this is my
way,
side.
like,
This is my side.
You don't show people your side.
If you
used to showing
shoot
them
this side, I look terrible. I hate this side. I always have to shoot from this side.
Do we look better this way or this way?
I think straight on. Like
That's to the audience. Y'all answer that in the comments.
yeah, you guys can tell us how you prefer the show. We might listen. We do. We actually love feedback.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
We get a very interesting tarot pull later on.
We do.
Oh yes,
We do. You won't believe the ending.
This is like a BuzzFeed clip.
Exactly.
Is this our BuzzFeed ad?
It really is. It kind of is. Yeah, it's the
BuzzFeed.
intro to the episode. but
you won't believe what happens next.
you won't believe what happens at the end.
Life is suffering.
Life is suffering, so please enjoy the episode with our boy, Jay Bush. And once again, we're going to have a really deep conversation right now, and it's only going to get deeper with each
deeper.
appearance.
The depth,
We're kind
not
of
the
time
length.
travelers because we already know.
Yes, we already know.
Wow,
It's going to continue
So that
going
works?
deeper.
I think so.
We tell people that.
Nice.
Wait, we tell people
I
that.
sell the time machine that's
Yes.
based on that.
Yeah,
That's fire.
we don't like to make it.
It's a camera though, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoy.
Icebreaker question here.
Oh, we started.
Best
Oh, we're in it. We're in it.
best
I
Tupac
don't know where to
album.
look anymore.
Because me and Gene talked about this the other day, and I'm sort of torn on two, but it's not the two that are the usual two? What's your favorite Tupac album?
Man, that's a good question. You guys, you're not gonna believe this. I don't really know Tupac albums like that.
Really?
I don't.
Wow. Okay.
I don't. I like
Okay.
Tupac. I
Okay.
like his singles.
Yeah.
But I don't know what song is on what album because bro got too many.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
There's a lot.
He was.
He has a lot of albums.
But the correct answer is Machiavelli.
Machiavelli, yeah, that's Come With Me, Hail Mary.
That'd be with me. That
Hail
Hail Mary.
Mary.
Oh, that for me.
It's either Machiavelli
I'll
for
go
me
there.
or
gosh.
I had this
All
problem
Eyes
the
on
other
Me?
day.
No.
No,
Oh,
no,
no, it
no,
was,
not All Eyes on Me. It's the one that
uh,
has Death Around the Corner on it.
Me Against the World.
Me Against the World.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me Against the World. Okay, I kind of know these albums.
Yeah.
I think All Eyes on Me might be.
I liked it a lot.
What songs is on that real quick?
I
That had
okay,
California
that was a
Love.
double album, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, it had California Love for sure. It
Mhm.
had, I don't know. See, here's
That
the thing.
was
I don't
the
know a lot.
biggest track off that record, and
I could probably sing you the lyrics
kinda
for
passed
every
that record.
Tupac song for some reason because I just retain
You do retain
rap
a
lyrics from that
ridiculous-
era of
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I can do the same
Bone.
thing with Bone almost.
It's
But I can't remember the names of the Tupac songs.
yeah, I
I don't
know.
know
I have
why.
a-
Yeah, yeah,
Same
it's
with
got a lot of
Jay-Z.
content.
I love Jay-Z a whole lot. I can never remember a song.
Yeah, I don't know what album he on.
Kanye is the only.
I think
only
All Eyes
artist
on Me
I just-
also
I
had
know all
that
of it.
Two of America's Most Wanted in the same
yeah.
motherfucking place with the Snoop Dogg, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you just say with
Ain't
the
nothing but a
Snoop
gangsta
Dogg?
With the-
party.
The Snoop Dogg.
Was
well,
that?
he is.
Oh, the Snoop D.O.
Ain't nothing but a gangster.
Double G.
Picture perfect. They painted a perfect picture. That was on All Eyes on Me. I'm pretty sure.
All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
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 Then they had
Yeah.
the movie based off of the.
Yeah, I
that
know.
album, so-
That was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
They took that, and I mean, that's too easy to take and run with, you know?
What?
The name for
All
like a
Eyes
title
on
of a
Me.
movie.
Did they do it?
All
On All Eyes on Me?
Yeah, there was like a Tupac thing called All Eyes on Me, and I mean, it's just too obvious.
I don't know that I ever saw that.
That name, well, there's a lot of documentaries on Tupac, like
Yeah.
a lot, because his death was oddly, I guess, mysterious. So
Yeah.
they say. Last I saw on Reddit, though, he is fine and well in the Caribbean,
oh yeah.
Mhm.
and I'd like to believe that. The Machiavelli made his grand exit, and that like he actually pulled it off. I like to believe that. I know what in reality.
Well, it's
happened,
like the
you know?
Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shotty.
Yes, yes,
Illuminati.
yes,
Come
yes.
with me.
Right out of the gates on that
Hail
album,
Mary,
he lets you know
Run
where
Quick
he's,
See.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
What do we have here
It
now?
does tell you.
Like that right there is crazy.
Yeah. He
It
tells
it
you.
does tell you.
Like it's
He also says, Shook shot me.
So did you guys know that there's a whole like series on YouTube breaking down the conspiracy around Tupac's death?
We've watched a lot of it.
a few of them.
But,
Yeah,
but I don't
There's a
know. Is
couple.
there a
What is
really
it?
good one?
Yeah,
Because
is there like a-
is there
This
one I haven't
there's
seen?
one that's kind of
Because-
fire because like I have feelings about Tupac
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wow.
and like this documentary kind of points it out or like this
yeah.
underground like I love Tupac. I think Tupac is a really dope artist. He's a phenomenal actor. He reminds me of Drake.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
Drake
yeah,
is
yeah.
like
That's
a
right. I
great
forget about that
acting
sometimes.
rapper. He can rap really good, but he's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
actor.
Right.
Cause like I come from an environment where
Right.
like Tupac quote unquote talks about, you know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I know if you 17, 18 and you haven't started doing gangster stuff, you're
Mhm.
probably not gangster.
Right.
It starts
true.
early.
Yeah.
So Tupac was dancing ballerina at 17, 18.
Oh.
And then
I
you
didn't
come
know
out to
that.
Oh, I
be the
didn't know
most
that.
gangster dude in the world. And
Right,
like
right,
I
right.
know when you come from that environment, it start real early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bro, you acting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
You know what I
see
mean?
that.
So Tupac really got deep into that
know
character. Cause
Yeah.
I mean he went to a university. I mean he went to School of the Arts
Yeah.
in New York before
Right.
he
I didn't
before he moved to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right.
I did not know.
So,
that.
like,
That's
he-
real weird.
he
Oddly, I've
wouldn't-
heard the backstory of like Biggie and like so many
Yeah.
others, but I didn't know this about Tupac.
Yeah,
I think he's
so
one of my
He
favorite.
was a ballerina. Like I mean, not in a bad way.
Right,
I mean,
right.
He
No,
did
no, that's
ballet
just-
in
he was into
it's
the
just in
arts.
contrast to
yeah,
the
character
topics.
we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So like I kind of saw through that a little bit at a
Yeah.
young age. So I guess I wasn't a big fan of him.
Yeah.
But anyway, but like this whole documentary series.
You're like a time traveler ruining
I
Tupac
know.
with me
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
Man,
I'm sorry.
I'm
Man.
just
But,
telling you
like-
like it is.
I'm sorry,
Just
but
letting you know. Gene left. Gene's
But-
gone. First guest.
but anyway,
The
so,
first guest
so,
just completely broken.
So this conspiracy about Tupac is basically that he got hired for the role of Tupac.
Oh.
So his name was something before that. His real name isn't Tupac Shakur. His mother legally changed his name, right?
For real?
Yeah, yeah. So like his name, it's like
This is a rabbit hole I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
down. This
Yeah,
is like a whole
but that is
new
true
one
though.
for
This
me.
is true though. This ain't like no.
Yeah.
This that's what's fueling a conspiracy,
man.
but this
Right.
is true.
Okay.
Right. So the theory is that he was hired for the role of Tupac to like play this quote unquote fake
right.
savior,
Gangster.
and then the
like-
savior led this generation of black men down this pathway of death and destruction. And he started with like this whole ideal of like initially like being this righteous brother. So he came in
Yeah.
during that time during
Oh yeah,
like
dude.
Tribe Called Quest is big at the time, and
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
De La Soul type stuff.
Yeah.
So it comes in at that time. So the conspiracy is that
Oh,
he
that
came
was a
in.
perfect
He
opportunity.
was a
He
digital
swooped
underground,
in.
like
Yes.
Digital underground.
Right.
He swooped in, and then like he diverted the message and turned it to thug life and gangster rap. So he ushered in gangster rap, and he died like a quote unquote savior. So they're like his mother cast him for this role of playing this savior figure, and like this savior was
Dude.
pushed through the industry to divert and send black men down a hole to where they would follow the same path.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
That's-
that's the theory of Tupac.
That is a completely new
That's why
thing to me. I've never.
Me either.
I love Tupac music, bone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is like, I mean, in the moment,
I
it like
think you could probably-
reshapes.
You can probably rewind this back and see a point where my mind sort of just started.
Just
going,
went. Oh,
Tupac.
He
But
was-
like he just.
He was hired for
Yeah.
a Tupac, so
Yeah.
that was the role.
Oh
Think
my
about it, like, and then
God,
like
dude.
the theory breaks down. Now I'll reference the channel. Y'all can
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit hole. You don't have to go down there.
oh, but I want to go down it now.
I mean,
I'm
you
already
don't
there.
have
Like
to.
you
I
already
went
got me
down
there.
the
already.
road.
I'll go ahead and
Trust
say,
me. Today.
safely
have
go
to.
down the
You
rabbit
don't have
hole.
to go
Going down.
Don't
Done.
let yourself stumble down
Done.
rabbit holes because that's when it gets bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Don't take everything you see seriously. Take it as, that's an interesting perspective.
Yes, very
and then,
interesting.
you know,
add
jump
this-
from there.
I'll add this to the canon of what
Sorry, y'all, I got-
life
Yes.
is in my mind.
Yes.
I got heavy
No,
on y'all.
I love.
No, that's great.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
Me too.
So-
that was
so-
a great question.
So check this out.
That
So
was-
like here's what the theory points out. So it says like things like there's stories about Tupac, like
Yeah.
these mythical stories
Right.
about what he done, like the most gangster stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a story about him shooting police officers. Have you heard this story?
No.
So there's a story about him like getting away with shooting some cops. It's like an urban
Okay.
legend type deal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We know
He's
CNN,
so
the
hood,
news.
he just got away with it. He just
We know like the narrative
Yeah.
now is a black man can't drive in a car with a gun without getting shot next to his kids. So there's no way in the
that
90s
is true.
Yeah.
that you
That is
shot a
true.
police officer, right?
Right.
So
Right.
like some of these stories were like basically like
Fan
myths
fiction.
and fan fiction
Yeah.
that was being
Yeah.
told from the industry, and they were marketing this idea of this guy that's getting away with all this stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Then
We've got this Tupac character.
Yeah.
We can put a lot of things on him and we don't have to spend any money because we've already got the character. So here are the
Right.
stories.
It's one of those things, it sounds like. Like
Yeah, we
people
can control the narrative.
Right.
Yes.
So like
Like,
his
it's-
life was their marketing and advertising.
exactly.
that
That's
is-
his life was
Ooh.
the marketing and advertisement.
That's crazy.
Chaos magic. If it's like that, it's chaos magic. It's controlled chaos.
Yes.
It's like we're
Magic.
controlling how good or bad this one
That
thing
is
can be.
Yes.
true.
So if you do follow that rationale, which I'd have to really think about that
Oh,
for a
I
minute,
know, dude.
because the thing is, I don't doubt it could happen, and I
Right,
don't doubt it
right,
would
right.
happen.
Yeah. Me either, because
But
we
it
know
would-
there are bands that are put together.
It would.
Period.
It's one of those things where it's like this fight in my mind of like, do I really start thinking about it, or do I let this one go?
Yeah.
Is this
yeah,
one worth
yeah.
taking
Like,
up
do
that
I-
space?
that's the rabbit hole
I get
there.
that.
Yes, I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
Do I
that.
let it go? Because
Yeah.
that opens a can of worms that like just breaks reality. So
Yep.
like
No, I get that. That's a tough one.
reality
Because it could
does
mess
need to
you
be
up real
broken a
bad.
little bit.
It does.
But
It does. It has to. You have to break it down.
But you want to
Before you can move
you
forward,
want to
have
creep
break
through there.
what you
Yeah, you're
think
right.
reality is.
you know, because
Man.
I can't just even if I did start suddenly believing all of that,
Yeah.
which I could.
Yeah.
Even
And
if I
do.
did start suddenly believing all of that, I'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It blow your mind. Literally, that rabbit hole was a weird one to go down because, oh my God, it's all a lie.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
great.
It's
That's
all a lie.
like
But one last Tupac story I want to tell y'all
Okay.
that's like far fetched out of this world. Well, anyway, no, like, so there was a one time.
and there's
where-
no
where-
such thing about too much. Like this
No,
is
go
what
for
we're
it. Cool.
This is what we do.
So there was one photo that's famous of Tupac where he's spitting
one
at
with-
the cameras, right?
Yep. Love it.
Right?
Love that photo.
So come to find out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you want to talk
I
about.
have almost ordered a print of that before, like framed,
Yeah.
like nice style. Because
Huh,
there's
merchandising.
They do nice
yeah,
ones. Yep.
Yeah, nice merchandising.
Absolutely.
Nice merchandising. So they had behind the
Great
scenes
photo.
like shots of this particular shooting,
Yeah.
right? So basically the people that are supposed to be like paparazzi,
Paparazzi, yeah.
Mm.
they were just photographers doing a photo op. So they were presenting it like it was some kind of like he's fuck the police. The
That's
system.
what. No, I thought
Yeah,
that
you
was
know
him
what I mean?
spitting on
Yeah.
paparazzi. That's why I thought that
Get
was
on
so
my face.
badass. Like, oh, they're hounding him, so he
That was
he
a
spits in the
shoot?
camera.
That was
That's
a photo
crazy.
shoot, really.
Ugh.
Think about
Whoa,
who's gonna let
that
you
puts
spit
it-
on them?
Yeah.
Right.
Who's not gonna
Right.
sue you for spitting
That's
on them?
okay.
You $1 million man
Very
and you
true.
spitting
Well,
on
I mean,
cameras.
Very true.
I mean, celebrities
I'ma
do get
sue
away
the
with
hell outta
everything.
you.
Celebrities do get away with everything.
but the
You're
the
right.
paparazzi is there to make money. That's why
Right.
they're
Yes.
taking the photos. So
Yep.
if you take the
Yep.
photo, you can sell it to a
Right.
You can
magazine
sell it.
and
Yep.
Right.
that's they hustle, right?
Yep.
So that's a big money opportunity if you're getting spit on by the paparazzi.
Well, okay, devil's advocate here.
Oh, this could be anything.
We probably
This
wouldn't
could be
even.
anything.
I mean, at that level, I would assume that they get sued all the time by people like
Yeah.
that, and you never hear about
What,
any
artists?
Of it.
Most artists?
Yeah, and I would say it would be a set of like paparazzi.
Man, I
you
don't
say you're
know,
going to sue,
man.
they'd be like,
Man, you got a 25-year-old man pulling his shirt up and spitting at cameras, bro.
dude.
Like when you see the behind the scene footage of it, it looks just ridiculous.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll bet.
You know what I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah.
that's what I mean by the behind the scenes shot. of it.
Right.
It's like when you see it from that angle, it's like,
It's not at all cool. It's like,
dude, this is
no.
a whole scene. You're just acting.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's like,
Oh,
dude,
man,
like,
that makes
but I'm
that
just saying,
photo way less cool.
I'm not going to hound on it. I'm just saying, like, bro, he was a marketing ploy.
well, that gets us, okay, well, that gets us into, is it a marketing ploy?
Man.
Or
That just took the whole vision that I had of that, that whole image out.
what
Sorry.
is,
No, it's no, yeah. It's like
It's a
but
bigger
not true,
you
though.
gotta
I'm
break
saying.
them down.
It's
you
a
know?
conspiracy theory, though.
but
I'm
it's a
saying
bigger
not
question.
true,
Let's
not
say
confirmed.
he
It's not
is,
confirmed.
let's say he is acting.
Okay.
If he's not being controlled to act that way,
Okay.
then it's just art, right?
Right,
Yeah.
because he would be an actor.
And it could be art, but it's all about the impact. of
It is,
You
and,
know what I mean?
and I agree. But that's how you get to a bigger question of like the morality of doing something.
Is
like
it just
that.
a character, or is
Right.
that who they really are?
like
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
it? Is,
I get
is
that.
that his job?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's why I prefaced in the beginning where I said you wasn't a gangster till
Uh-huh.
after 18.
Right.
And like growing up where I'm from, you know,
Right.
getting to that, like that's a whole thing in gang culture. Like, bro, if you ain't in
You
the
don't
gang
get into
already,
it later.
You
Right.
don't jump in the gang at 20, 25.
Right.
Like you don't get jumped in that way.
Right.
Like no, it's like
Yeah.
young. You're nourished into that. You grow
Right.
up into that. You know.
Yeah.
So like that's the part where it's like, dude, it's the music industry.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all images and marketing.
Man, you're
and,
right.
like,
I mean, bands
ideas.
are like
It's
that. 'cause
not-
we know that they put boy bands
Yeah.
together, and
yeah, and they just
bands like Nickelback apparently were like assembled because they knew, oh, I know this guitarist with
Yeah.
this vocalist. This will make
Mhm.
a great band. Like,
Well, yeah.
that's crazy to think, though. Like when you come from our, portion
Yeah.
of the art community, where we take pride in like making everything from
on
ground
the
up.
Tupac sweater.
Yeah, I put this on. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
I ran
he
out
went
the
and
room
got it.
earlier.
That's where he
Yeah.
went. That's where he
I
went. He
bet
got
I had
it.
to come
Tupac.
back like
Yeah.
Thug
this,
life.
like,
And the
come
slick
on.
match the kicks though. Let's
But
not.
like,
let's
oh
not
yeah, that's
make
Yeah,
true.
they are
That's
some
true.
nice kids.
And the sides lighten it up because we getting kind of deep on Pac.
Everything works. That's right. No, I mean, it's interesting. I didn't know that he was an actor to play that role potentially.
Right.
That's
Like
a
Drake.
That's a whole different thing.
He's like the Monkees, except for hip hop.
yeah.
Pac
Like
is-
he was just put
Because
together.
that's the band, the Monkees, was put together to be a like television
Yeah.
program and all in all kind of thing. Like they didn't write.
But see,
those
that's the
songs
difference,
and-
though, right? So we come from the community of like loving the creation.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
for those that don't know yet, because we're already in the conversation, but we are in a band together called Middle Pillar.
Mhm.
So we make music together.
Yes.
Right.
And we take pride in every little piece of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard for me to believe that there's someone who can be said, hey, we got these songs and we just want you to be the face.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Like you just have to be the thing. Like, oh, you got your own
Yeah.
songs? That's cool. That's one day maybe we can get to your songs, but do these though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it is. And it's hard for me to understand the mentality of someone walking into that.
But
saying,
sometimes that's
"Yeah,
a
all
foot
right,
in the
that's it.
door,
That's it."
and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
that is a
Maybe, but-
a decline to being controlled. Like
yeah.
it's no one really knows for sure. We just have our assumptions about it, but like it sort of takes the individuality out of it a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
And even in the Tupac example, when you think about Pac, like regardless of like if that was the narrative, which again it's a conspiracy, it's not confirmed that he was signed on to be Tupac,
Right.
but even in his writing and his music, he was coming from a place that was him.
Right.
Whether he made his character up in
Right.
his mind or
Exactly.
whatever, like it was
But
true.
experiences
Yeah,
were from him.
real
Yeah.
experiences and how he performed it and communicated. It was like that was real and authentic. You
Yeah.
know, even though he's playing his character, so he felt the through line in the character.
Mhm.
And like I think actors do this as well. Like they talk about how like you got to find you
Yep.
in the character.
Yes.
So like be
Yeah.
able to
To
identify
channel
yeah.
that part of you.
Yeah. So
Right.
like you can't do a convincing
Right.
action piece
Right.
without that. So I don't know. I feel like that it's
You got to
still
tie
there.
your own memories to some memories that like you would have if you did grow up
Yeah.
differently, and kind of make songs about it. And
Exactly.
say you did.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
say that your life was really hard and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine. That's so
Life,
like.
life could have been hard.
That's,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You
That,
can be
true.
a ballet student and have a hard life.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying in the way of
Like,
the
yeah,
way
like,
that you know that
you know,
Kanye
profiting.
grew up.
But
and
yeah,
the
but when
way
you're
that
like profiting on like
Jay-Z grew
On the
up.
narrative of
Yes.
like
Yeah.
what it's like to be a
you're capitalizing,
Yeah.
making yourself fit in with a group that had it way harder than you did.
Oh, yeah,
so like you're trying to, you're appropriate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Appropriation.
just bullshit.
That's true.
Tupac, Thug Life,
Man, that was a great way. I'm
Dave
glad.
Chappelle.
I'm
Not Your
actually like
Wife.
very glad you started the episode.
Go
there.
home.
Man, yes.
I wrote this a long time ago over there.
Yes.
Real long time. Yo, Dave Chappelle, man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's
That's a good way to close the Tupac.
uh-huh.
The Dave Chappelle song.
That's pretty amazing. But closing Tupac, I want to go right in
Dude.
to Kanye West.
Okay, yes.
Because I know he's someone who Derek wrote off a long time ago,
Yeah.
and you and I share still
Oh, yeah.
a love for him.
Love yeah.
So he was recently on Tucker Carlson,
Okay.
which when I heard that, I was like, oh, was he? Was he? Okay, let's see what he has to say. But so for Patreon viewers, you'll get to see us, I guess, react in real time. We're gonna watch the video together and afterwards kind of talk a little bit. I want to know your thoughts on Ye after
Okay.
some of the things he says here, and like I know where I'm at still, but I gotta know. I gotta know. Oh, it didn't play.
Oh, it's in the yeah.
thought I had it ready. Oh
Yeah, let's go, Tucker
Good
Carlson.
evening
Let's
and
go.
welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight.
You pay your
Kanye
cable
West,
bill.
now known as Ye, is one of the best-selling musical artists in the world. He's also in
Best-selling
recent
Ye.
years become a celebrated and very
Change the
highly
name.
paid fashion designer.
that.
And of course, for a decade, he was well known to TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see.
That's
Days ago,
he has a
during
church?
Fashion Week in Paris, West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, "White Lives Matter." The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse.
Rage.
Shock,
Horror,
Rage.
extremism.
Oh, Tucker and your
et cetera, et
3-year-old haircut.
What was strikingly
He does
missing
have a
Doesn't he look like a
toddler.
toddler,
He
man?
looks like a
That
toddler.
haircut that like you can barely like you can keep
What
shaggy,
was
but
the
it still
shirt
works. Like
He
There was
just
no
got
need
rid
to
of a
ask him,
binky.
much less
He
listen
just
to
got
what
rid
he
of one.
had
Like,
to
he
say.
is he's
Yeah.
on his way to be a
Enemies of
big
his
boy.
ideas dismissed West as they have for years as mentally ill. Too crazy to take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here.
oh, Tucker.
Crazy.
There's nothing to see
Nothing
here.
to see here,
Yourself,
this
which is
mental
why we're
patient,
about
because
to
that's how
show
we
you.
think about mental
He has his
patients,
own
right,
ideas,
guys?
you
Right?
can Say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His freeform social media posts give the impression of a man channeling
he's
his
not
rawest
manicuring it very
emotions
well. He needs some of your
right onto
product.
Instagram.
That's kind of
sure.
gangster.
The
I
effect
like
can
him
be
just like,
jarring, and
man,
it's
whatever.
often used as ammunition.
I get
Oh, he's
whatever
definitely
vibe.
there. Yeah. He
Hours over the mind.
Yeah.
My wife, I'm still here though.
he is he's looking rough. He's looking rough. It looks like he's leaning into living as hard as he can.
Rarely heard a
still
man
here.
speak so honestly and so
I'm hanging on.
believes. But again,
Still
you can
suffering,
judge
all
for
of you
yourself.
fools.
Here it is.
Still suffering, you fools.
So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and the lanyard's still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And then you
Photograph of a
designed
baby's ultrasound.
Yes.
that. Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Okay.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you?
You wear it on a badge.
Amen. I agree.
I don't care about
Yes,
people's
Tucker, you just
responses. I
pointed
care
that
about
out.
The fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion.
I don't think
So
that's true.
I
Is
really
that
don't
true?
care about people's
Is that
response.
true?
I
Have we
perform
fact
for
checked
audience
this?
of one, and that's
Oh, we're
God.
gonna fact check all of this at the end.
Totally should.
Well,
starting
not
to
necessarily
see
fact
why
check.
they
We're not
wanted
gonna do
you to be
anything to
quiet.
fact check it. We're just gonna talk about it. But
When did you start to feel this
I don't think.
way?
I feel if
When did you
Kanye
start
said
to
it
realize
in that
this?
way, it couldn't be fully true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I liked Trump, that
I remember when
my
it came
career
out,
would
when
be
he
over,
first
that my life would be
wore a red
over.
hat, people said, "Oh, that's going to be the end
They
of his
said
career if
stuff
he
like
goes into
people
that."
get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. You know, God.
just
No one
follows
can get. Yeah, he
warriors in a
reboots a
different
lot.
way.
He does reboot, man.
I don't know
But
if it's because
no one's
of
gonna get near you.
me being
Like
born
you're
in
not in
Atlanta
the danger
and growing
that
up
you
on
might
the
be
south
putting
side
other
of
people in.
Chicago that,
You know,
you
he's
know,
protected.
All eyes
He
on
made
me.
me for such
Yep.
a time
Tupac.
like this.
I mean, I think he's constantly
with
in danger,
David.
probably.
That's true.
You know, he tended to the
You make
sheep, but
yourself
while he was
so,
out there, he had to
polarizing.
fight all kinds of animals.
Yeah.
So
All
when it
sorts
was
of people
time for
hating you.
Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you asked like Tanya
cocky.
Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda, and the jokes in that work being
Yes.
told like, oh yeah, he's crazy,
With
and
that point.
all these things, they don't work because the media has, you know, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What have they?
I want to answer the white.
Yeah.
I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter. You know, my dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha," and I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny, and I said, "Dad, why do you think it was funny?" He said, just a Black man stating the obvious. And, you know, my dad doesn't listen to rap
Tucker's
music.
smug face, man.
And he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas. And he didn't have
I'm
an
interested to know
endless bank
something.
account, and
Your
he didn't
thoughts on,
have
like,
an
him getting
Instagram.
closer to his
So all
dad
these ideas he had to
after
like
his mom passed
take
away.
them back and
Yeah.
And if that has
compress 'em.
something to
Like,
do
my dad
with
is the
maybe
most
like
brilliant person
his ideas and thoughts
that I
and where
know.
they've gone.
And
Because
we
he
actually
used-
have a strained
he talks
relationship
about, I think
because
it's
I
in
was
this,
taken
talking
from
about his
him
mom being a liberal.
because my
Yeah.
mom
Yeah.
was an actress.
Right here, yeah.
So she was a liberal, and my dad would see certain things and say,
I'm wondering
you know,
if,
we should do
like-
it this way, we should do it that way, and the people got around my mom and pulled her away. Much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview Magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire.
He talking about his dad and his mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Him and his wife broke
And this
up.
is what
Yeah.
how fashion wants to
This is a child right here, man. You gotta
how
honor,
they want to
like, give
present
him his.
her. So I know you give these.
Let him fuck up.
you give these
It's a
Yeah.
kid, dude.
three-part
Yeah.
answers.
Come
This
on,
is a cool
man.
format for you.
That's why I don't get the.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt "White Lives Matter," it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So, by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
Fair.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so? And I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that that would be considered controversial?
Polarization.
Yeah, it's
Where we've
polarizing.
gotten.
It's
Where
polarizing.
we've gotten.
Because
You want to
the same people that have stripped us of
Shock
our
value.
identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black
True. True.
and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college. He would be discriminated against because they say he talked too white.
Breathing when he gets
I
to
know.
this
And then
point.
he played
Like,
the kick
it's-
drum
Yeah, it's like hard to get
in
it
the
out.
band.
Yeah.
So when he would go to the club
He's scared, I bet.
and the music was
I'm
playing,
sure.
He's like
where would he
frightened.
clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else
Right,
was
exactly.
clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And
Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
See, I think he's leaving out stuff. He's saying stuff and he's leaving things out.
Yeah.
So I think one thing he was trying to say when he was talking about the kick drum is that black people around him will call him white.
Right.
Because he's
Right.
clapping on that
Yep.
'Cause
on
he
that kick.
doesn't have-
He didn't say that, right? But
Yeah.
they call him white. So we're called white for acting intelligent or being different in different spaces.
Right.
Right.
So our own people call us white in those places.
right.
So that's what he's trying to say that he's not getting out because he's afraid.
Yeah.
This is a child, right? I feel like this is a kid right here because he's
Yeah.
talking about he's coming out of a divorce. His beard is big.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not some curl.
He just let himself go. Yeah,
he let himself go
Yeah.
a little
yeah,
bit.
Yeah.
But like he's trying to find grounding and footing, and he's dealing with polarity.
Right.
And that's what got his business to where
Yeah.
he's playing that polarity game. So
It seems like it's the only problem I have with it is that it seems like he's a little bit destructive. It like
I think that
It's-
it's what
I
it is.
feel
Is
like
he has okay.
it stokes the it's like a perpetual
Yeah.
stoking of fires back
I
and
feel
forth.
that.
It's like I don't feel like
he stokes the fire.
what he's doing might be meaning to like help and change minds and hold
Yeah.
up a mirror to society maybe.
Yeah.
But I feel like that only causes more division.
Maybe
Yeah.
so,
You know?
but
It's
I've always felt like, and that's why I've always defended him because I feel like
Yeah.
because of his manic, bipolar and
Yeah.
like depression, I've dealt with so much mental illness myself. I feel like I can see part of myself in
Yeah,
him and
you
think,
see him.
man,
I
you
can
know
see
what?
me and him too.
He's
Yeah.
just not regulated.
Yeah, he's
That's
not.
just like, I think underneath there is a brilliant,
Yeah.
like, I mean, we know there is. We've heard the records. Like his music as a producer, you can't be that good as a producer
Right.
if you don't have something, like that's.
Well, another thing that gets me with Kanye is I feel like he's being used by white people and
yes.
All right,
organizations.
can I speak on that?
Absolutely.
Can I please speak on that?
I would love for you to.
All right,
Yeah,
so I think what he's calling out is how we've been used by organizations
Yeah.
and people because Black Lives Matter used us.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's me being completely honest.
Okay.
Like, just for the record, for people that don't know, I lost a friend a year ago that was murdered egregiously in his house by somebody, I don't know who did it.
Right.
Somebody put a gun through the window, shot him in the head and killed him. Right. and the murder rate of Black life in Knoxville is like skyrocketing. Like per capita, we're mirroring Chicago right now in Knoxville. Like Black men are being killed in our communities. Crazy. We just had a young cat that died this past weekend that I used to record in the studio. A guy named Robbie, young, real cool kid. He's probably like 18, about to have a child.
Oh,
and was just murdered, right? So Black life is being taken. So when I speak about Black Lives Matter, that's the lens I'm coming from, right? Because it's all around the concept of dealing with police brutality with Black people, right? And the narrative is that the left wing narrative. Let's be honest, the left wing narrative is that we are at an all time high at risk of being killed. Black men, we're like the number one being killed by police officers. And they're specifically angling the perspective on that. But in reality, we're being killed by our people.
Right.
In our communities.
Right. Because the communities have been put into a state of
chaos. Disarray and chaos. Disarray. Like it's a reality. And they're trying to pivot it to point it at something that will actually benefit us and help us.
Right.
Police. You know what I mean? Like we need more policing. We need more people to help. Right. Alonzo was shot and killed.
Yeah.
The police don't know who did it. And they don't have the infrastructure to figure out who did it. So that's another unsolved murder.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we focus on Black Lives Matter and their agenda with why we are being killed.
Right.
You know, and there's funding and all this money that goes towards them, and our communities don't change at all. And we're still being killed, and there's no Black Lives Matter for Alonzo or little Robert that got killed this past weekend. Yeah. That's 36 to 2. Yeah. You know how many Black people got killed from police in our community? One. Oh. 37, 38 this past year of us was killed by us. Whoa. So that's where I feel Kanye, because like, no, he's not being used by white people. We are being used.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We are being used by white people, and our own people are playing along with it. So like that's why I'm glad he's doing this, because we don't. Man, our voices don't get heard when it comes to this.
Yeah. Right.
Like for real, like we got people that's really dead that died out here in these streets. Right. Then y'all putting shirts on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you wearing Black Lives Matter shirts. Like, I don't know, I matter.
Right.
How do you feel when you see a white lives? How does that make you feel to see white lives matter? You know that. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like, I hope you know
honestly,
that.
it makes me feel.
I do know that.
You know what I'm saying? And I do too. So I feel kind of weird when I see it too. Because I know I matter.
Because I would never personally wear one.
I won't wear Black Lives. I know I don't need to wear y'all shirt.
Right.
So like, I'm sorry I got lied,
sorry.
Bro, but
no. That's why
I love hearing that.
Great.
Because
it makes me feel better because
you understand it through a completely different lens than I understand it, whether we like to admit it or not.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people get on the burst of like, okay, I need to show right now that I am an ally.
Yeah. That I'm here for you. Yeah.
That I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And
tryhards
don't understand the dichotomy of the way it's happening.
Yeah.
And other people's like real tangible feelings and thoughts about the thing.
And what you can do is say, hey, thoughts and prayers, man, I'm with you. I support you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Solidarity.
And I'm sorry I get like that, but that's the polarizing nature of it. Because as you saw, I got really passionate about it. Because there is like real life lived experiences around that. So that's why Kanye's calling out. And people are getting really bucky and angry about it.
Right.
But it's things that we have not been talking about.
Well, then maybe what I'm getting and the frustration that I'm having over it is seeing the Fox Newses and the Joel Osteens and shit like that. Because I don't think that they have good intentions.
I feel you. And look,
media is the root of the problem.
Right. And media's and that's the thing though. I will say this about Fox News. I grew up my whole life thinking to myself like it's trash, it's horrible. Like that's the stuff you don't look at. But we watch CNN, right?
I do not.
So like, but that's what we grew up.
Gotcha. I got you.
We grew up watching that as kids. So like we're growing up really liberal minded.
Not me.
I mean, like, well, me.
We. Like,
but like me, as my brothers, you know, like black folks I grew up in my community with. Like that's what we're focused on to watch and look at, and we automatically demonize this, right?
Yeah, right.
So I grew up on that strength of the polarity.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting older, and I'm saying like, wait, hold on, y'all, both of y'all tripping. So you find that middle pillar, right?
Yes.
And now I can look at Fox News with like a little.
And see that spin.
See the spin.
Right.
I can see the spin, but also I'm like, yo, they giving him a platform, they letting him talk.
Right.
It's like you've
You know what I
unsheathed.
mean? Like,
Absolutely.
so that's
Due to your own work and your own perception,
Yes.
you have unsheathed the
Yeah.
layer that made you see
Yes.
that and just be able to
Yeah.
follow along with it. So now you can
You know what you can take in.
balancely
balancely, kind of balancely
you
weigh it
can
and look
you
at
can
it.
weigh it and look at it and
Yeah.
realize like you're full of shit,
Yes.
but I'm just getting the
Because
stuff
now
in
I
here.
can watch
You're full of
CNN.
shit, but I'm getting up the knowledge
Absolutely.
from here.
I can flip it over to CNN and think, oh,
Yeah, and-
I see what you're doing
I
now.
see what you're
Yeah.
doing now. You see both of them. You see the polarity
Yep,
of it.
yep.
So my only defense for Kanye, we talked about this in the car.
Yeah,
He's playing the polarity,
right.
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
the system is polarized as hell,
Yeah.
right? You got the CNN pushing one angle, Fox
Yup.
pushing another angle.
It's all different.
So like, but they do that intentionally to craterizing,
Right.
You know, and like, and
Pendulum
honestly,
swings
like,
both ways.
and it comes from a real place. Like
Yeah.
I got passionate about that because, like
Yeah.
I said, I have people that died, you know, and the Black Lives Matter and what it's based on. So like that's what they've been doing. So now that Kanye's doing it, I'm like, yo, he just doing what they've been doing,
Right.
you know. So like, don't get mad at him because then you're being kind of racist because he's
Right.
black, right? He's a black man. You gonna kick a black man out because
Yeah.
he say something about Jews, right? But like,
Yeah.
but he's black, right? He's the one that's
yeah.
oppressed. Ain't that the one you trying to? So
Right.
now, like, so it kind of shows their hand now that they trying to demonize this man and
Right.
throw him to the side.
It does
'cause
show the hypocrisy.
It's the hypocrisy because
Absolutely.
it's a black boy that loved his mother and his mother died and
Yeah,
she taught him to believe in himself.
Yes.
He believed in himself over the top,
yeah,
you
Yep.
know, to where
Yep.
he's kind of sporadic, but he has a condition,
yeah.
you know. So
Right.
and his wife breaks up with him. Now he's
Yeah, with what? 4
looking
kids?
back.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the 4
that's
kids,
tough.
and it's
Yeah.
and it's based on a really weird relationship. So
Yep.
he's seeing
Oh,
hypocrisy
yeah.
in that now. So this dude's basically like trying to find balance in a really weird.
God, right? I mean, I don't
Polarized.
know.
He's trying to find reality in
Yeah.
a place where reality doesn't
exist. So
Reality
I'm like, I
doesn't
feel for
exist
bro.
here.
Like, whoa,
Yeah.
Kanye, what are you going
Yeah.
through, dude? Wow. Pray
That's
for
true.
you, man.
I do feel
Yeah.
for him.
I do too.
Dude.
I don't think he's
Here's my thing.
helping as much as he's hurting things.
I agree with that.
My biggest thing is I know without a shadow of a doubt he has people around him, right? So like when he does take it too far, why doesn't he have that one friend that can kind of rein it in and say, hey man, let me help you to alliterate this the way you want it to come
Wanna
out
say it, yeah.
so that it doesn't come out
Yeah.
the way you're about to say it. I feel like, you know, because he's that loose cannon.
Yeah, he's kind of
He's just ready for it
I'll
all
be
the
doing that
time.
too, man. Oh God,
Which, you know,
I'll do it too.
I'm not gonna lie. I love it when he gets unhinged on Twitter and just goes on rants because it's like, what's he gonna say next? What is he gonna say?
He
Next?
do be tripping,
Man,
Dude, he goes-
his eyes go. It's like he is like
Dude.
a program at a certain
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Like,
Yes,
it's making me like
Somebody
he does
messed
look
with-
like he reboots when he's talking.
yeah.
He's
He
like
like,
trying to like reorient the
yep,
whatever the program was. Oh, I forgot. Let me get back on course.
Yes.
Back on
Well,
course.
see, that's good that
You're
you
right.
think that of him because
Absolutely.
what I was afraid of is that he had been somehow like brainwashed or handled or something.
Hey,
you know?
he says it.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking.
He says
Yeah.
he says he had like people give him medications,
right.
And
When he
he
was
had
growing up with
handlers.
his mom,
Like,
Yeah.
and then so what I'm wondering, because he didn't become like Ye
Mhm.
until his mom passed away, and he got closer to his dad.
yeah.
Do you think that his dad might have like, I don't know, exposed him to like how he was really raised?
Yeah.
Like versus
Yeah.
his mom, do you think was she trying to shelter him from like as
yeah.
much of the bad as
I can
possible?
see that, yeah.
Because he knows where he comes from.
Yeah.
He comes from Southside Chicago, and my family's from Chicago. I know what Chicago's like.
Yeah.
I get it. Do you think? And because you know he said it in this thing about her being a liberal, so she
Yeah.
went along, you know.
Just went along with it.
And so I wonder if his dad kind of like broke that, like, because it just seems. I was just asking Derek that when we were watching this yesterday. I was like, man, it seems like the turning point was when he got close with his dad. Is
Yeah.
when he
that
sort
does
of
make
broke.
sense. You're right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it was his dad that sort of like, hey, you've been living this way your whole life, but let me just tell you something. And it was too much for him at once. You know what I mean? Like his mom was
Could've been.
sheltering him that much.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put anything on his mom. I
Oh,
think
for-
that it's
right,
just
right.
what is
Absolutely.
flying around my face right now. Do you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I keep forgetting there's. Oh man, you forget there's cameras. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Well, no, that's the best thing is when you forget those
Stuff's
cameras.
going
'Cause,
all over the
like,
place.
I always
Uh,
forget.
What was I saying? What was I just saying?
About his mom.
About
She's
his
probably
mom,
a
his
great
dad.
person.
His dad came around.
Yeah, his mom was probably a great.
I think he's
like he seemed.
I think
to be very close with.
I think he's someone that doesn't have a stability.
Okay.
But that, I mean, not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I don't have stability.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine myself all of a sudden rich dating a reality star.
Yeah,
and,
out of nowhere.
Like,
Yeah,
it just
dude.
doesn't, like,
Coming
I
up
can't
the
even
way he
imagine
came
the
up.
kind of the bubble that he lives in right now. Like, while still trying to, like, keep his realness, but also living in this world that's just bonkers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you watch the documentary?
No.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was great.
That was
the only
amazing.
thing that I was bummed about was that it skimmed over the last few years in like the last 20 minutes of, or the last like what like it was the last 2 years was probably done in the last like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like at the end, they just kind of like, and then it just like brushes past so much.
Yeah.
Do you think that was? I feel like it was maybe because Ye didn't give the access to his cinematographer the way that he was like.
Yeah,
when he started it.
exactly.
So I think
it's a
that
little
probably
more
has a lot
sparse.
to do with it.
Yeah.
But also, it's just there was that big shift, like more than halfway through the documentary. It's like, oh, and it's different now.
Yeah.
It was just like it was just all of a sudden, oh, he got fame. Now everything is different.
Yeah, that's true.
And it just flipped hard the other way.
Because he stopped recording with him.
Yeah. Because that was when he went more into himself.
Yeah. More ego.
And pushed people away.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You've really trying to kind of change the way I think of Kanye a little bit.
I have? Oh,
really?
I've been trying for years. I'm glad that he could take a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
with you.
I still think that he's not helping anything.
Right.
And I feel like it's creating like fire with fire.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I get
smart.
what. Yeah.
It's good to make a point, but I don't think it's helping to cause any of the tension to go down between people in general.
Yeah.
But I do see him and feel definitely more compassionate because I've never thought that deeply about the
psyche that he
the
comes
psyche
from.
that he would be coming from.
Yeah, that's got to be a really.
Because to me, it's just I see a God complex in there, and I see all sorts of stuff and a lot of ego.
Right.
And I think that's what makes me like shirk away because that's the kinds of things in myself that I know that I have that I try to
keep away and hide. Yeah.
It's like you're letting
you're letting that out. I can see you. You're
don't
not,
show that.
You're not supposed to show that.
You're not showing.
It's like that's mine. You can't show that.
Don't show that. That's mine. Yes.
Your
oh my
ego
God.
show. Cover it up.
I love how you put that. That's beautiful.
It is. I mean,
that's beautiful.
It's like that fine line of like confidence versus your bravado.
Like real confidence versus like the machismo of just like, oh, I know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably says more about me than it does about my thoughts on Kanye.
Yeah, that's real. And one thing, my mother called me this morning.
Yeah.
And she was telling me about Kanye. Kanye comes up. And like it was all like positive stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, Kanye doing his thing, gang. So like he working with the Gap and selling shoes and
I love
everybody buying shoes from him. And she said something that was dope. So he said he tricked them white folks, didn't he, with that? With the White Lives Matter shirt. He said, that's genius. He got those.
See? So like, even your mom's got it.
My mom peep gave him like, mama. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, mama, you right. Yeah, you right.
Understood.
And she had no feelings about him, nothing. She's like, Jay, like, hey, we can do it too,
Yeah.
So like, man, you gotta. I feel like the fact that we feel triggered about it is the point.
Yep,
probably
the triggering of it and like having some opinion on it that's not in love,
right?
Because at the end of the day, like that's
you're right.
It's got to be in love. Because like even me telling the story about my friend Alonzo, that was in love. Like that's something really vulnerable to share.
Absolutely.
And these subject matters that they're talking about is like coming from a place of like what we care about, what we love. Like I love Black life,
right?
I love my mother, I love my brother, like
yeah,
I love Black life. But you're using what I love to control me.
Right.
To make me feel some kind of way and be triggered somehow. And
it's like by creating Black Lives Matter, it almost makes you not able to say all the others.
Yes.
Without sounding Insensitive.
Yeah. And then the insensitivity comes from a place of like
perception.
Perception, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
From perception.
Oh, yeah.
Period. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you don't know how I feel about Black life, and you don't like it's a lot of unknowns. You know, and like, cause so the White Lives Matter thing for me hits me in a certain kind of way, because like I know I'll be around a lot of white folks, and like they'll for some reason start to talk to me about all them white people. You know, like damn white people always owning stuff. Columbus Day, I can't stand them white people, and it be white people saying that.
Right. And you're like, hey,
you know you white, right?
You look,
Yeah.
right?
You know you white, and also I mean, and I take offense to that because I have a child that's biracial. My son is partly white,
Right.
So like I take offense in the sense of like,
The question is, what does that have to do?
what does it do with me? Like
Right.
I love my child. I love the white. I love
Like
white
I see
people.
I see your assumptions.
Right. I
Like
see
that-
you're assuming
Yeah.
that I don't like that. I'm with the struggle and I'm going through it, and I don't.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
People's an
Right,
evil
right.
one,
But in reality, I'm in the center, and I believe everyone's equal because
Even if
that's what it is.
Even if it comes out of love, which I'm sure it does,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's still annoying.
yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, it's annoying.
It's
annoying.
impossible to break.
Yeah.
This is something I learned recently because it just like Kanye said, because of my brilliance.
Yeah.
We can't tear down the wall of racism, right?
Yeah.
While we still acknowledge its existence.
It's a,
Yep.
bars.
Just saying.
Bars.
Just saying. Guys,
Yeah.
you're the first that I've told it to,
Bars.
but I'm just saying we can't
Chicken or
get
the
it
egg?
down until
Chicken or the egg?
Bars.
yes.
Yeah,
Like
and
it
it's-
exists because
it.
we believe it exists,
Because when
and
you
we
say the word
believe it exists
racism,
because it exists.
exactly.
Yes.
When you say racism, that word creates a thought, and that means the word is real.
Yes.
Well, what if there was no such thing as racism? Because there doesn't have to be. Oh,
yeah.
I know that that's a hard thing, and a lot of people that are listening might
Yeah.
have just had a brain go.
Yeah.
"Ah,
It doesn't have to.
wait, I thought racism was normal. No. See,
That's
the thing is,
the thing
we're all
with memory
human
and
beings.
history, though.
Exactly.
You can't
Yes.
once you know, you can't unknow.
You can unknow.
So you got that's a big moral lesson to be
It
careful
really
what you
is.
know,
Yes.
Yes,
The beauty of
and you
ignorance.
can be conditioned in a good way.
but also, you need to try to know
Not
all.
all good conditioning is the right conditioning. You know what I mean?
Know the all.
Yeah, before you start trying to know, make sure you're in a place to decipher what you're about to know.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Hopefully you know what you're getting into before you get
Hit
into
me in the
it.
soul right there, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm serious. Like we're
For
never
real, like it is.
we're never gonna
everything-
get through that whole divide while we keep acknowledging, oh, it's there and it's stronger than
It's
ever.
there, yeah, it's
which
worse
is the
than it was
media,
last
like,
year.
what it
Well,
does.
we see
Yeah,
the
exactly.
polarity.
Yeah.
We're watching it,
Yeah.
and if they show it to us as much as they do now, it does happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It does
all the time.
Yeah.
There's systematic and inherent racism.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
yeah.
Especially here.
We see in the prison system.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it impossible to let it go because we
Right.
see it in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very true. It's every day, all day.
Every day,
You'd have to
man.
deny something,
would.
something tangible.
Yeah. Oh man.
But that's the only way to make it go away.
Dude, that was well said.
So that was really well said.
Yeah, I mean, you took what I did and then made it like
My
your
mind
way,
just-
and that's fine. Like, it's
We're gonna
okay.
replay this and be like, Derek, what the fuck were you saying? Now I don't understand
And
what you were
then
saying.
he
But then-
ranted, and then he went
I don't
on
understand
and
either.
on. One thing I wanted to ask you about, because I know you've experienced something
Okay.
that I want to experience real bad.
Oh,
And I know one
okay,
day
going
in
on
my
with it.
death, I'll experience it. But DMT,
Oh, yes.
the
Real Joe Rogan.
the
Let's get it.
spirit molecule, right? Okay, so like.
I can't wait to hear about DMT.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it either because I've heard so much about, for example, ayahuasca and how it's healing, and DMT, and how ayahuasca is like down in South Africa
Yeah.
or South America, where they its roots and
Grind the roots
Fine.
up.
Vines.
they 7 times have to like
leaves.
distill it. It's crazy,
7 or 8, yeah.
and then it just
Yeah.
it takes you.
Takes you there.
And I guess DMT is sort of the ejector seat out of the
Yes.
brain
Yes.
version of that. Like,
Exactly.
Well, it's a part of that, but then
Right.
if taking that out of the ayahuasca
it's
solely,
sort of more.
Yeah. My
intense.
understanding of it is there's a leaf that's in ayahuasca that I guess disables the inhibitor, because like DMT is in like a lot of things we eat, right?
yeah.
So naturally in us, we have something that inhibits that experience, right? So ayahuasca, whatever leaf they put in there, like shuts that off. So like DMT can actually go directly and it's uninhibited, right? So that's why DMT trips are so short, because it doesn't have that inhibitor in it. You know, it's like a 15 minutes.
Say how long did yours last? 15 minutes?
Yeah, probably about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, I've tried DMT.
Yeah.
All right,
Man.
so
Oh man, I want
after ingestion,
Okay.
how long did it take before was it instantaneous? Just
No.
No.
So what's cool about DMT is you can tiptoe into it,
yeah,
right? Because you gotta take so many hits, you know, because the way you consume it, it's like a vapor,
right.
right? You can't put direct heat on it. So
okay.
anyway, so not sure if that affects
Because you can burn
anything,
no,
but you can't take in too much at once, basically.
Right.
Right.
So you hit it, then like you get visuals, and you hit it a couple more times, and it takes you deeper into the experience, basically.
Okay.
So you can kind of tiptoe into it.
Yeah.
But so the first hit for me, the first time I had a good trip of DMT, you see these visuals. It's like these mandalas, essentially. You know, it's like a kaleidoscope spinning, right? Yep. And the best way that I explained DMT, I was talking to Dirk about this recently, that it's like you're going through different veils of consciousness, right? And in going through that, different emotions are going to be triggered and experiences, right? So the first one is the visual. So you're going through the veil of perception, right?
Right.
So you get shapes and mandalas and things of that nature, right? So I'm not sure, like, what energy.
How are you feeling?
Well, you feel like you're going through like a deep, like you're about to go into a really deep.
Is it really
sleep.
intense?
No.
Okay.
It's really soothing and comforting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
So if you hit it, it feels like you're falling asleep or into bed and just you're going quickly into the deepest
So
sleep.
while you're in this trip of seeing these colors and stuff, you're not like so aware of it. You're like, oh
well,
God.
At first you are, because like there's
it comes on. And
it comes on just through the knowledge of
normally
knowing what the effects of DMT is. So there's that anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
oh God, I know.
Yeah.
This is the strongest
I knew I
one.
shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't have.
This is the strongest one you can do. Yeah. But basically, each hit is basically calming you down.
Yeah.
So like, cause look, so kind of the breathing process is like taking it in process is kind of hard, because again, it's a vapor. So sometimes it comes in really hot and burns your throat.
Yeah.
So here's how I explain the physical experience of it. So like I'm coughing crazy, right? And finally I start to see the visuals. Hit it again, that same kind of breath will come out that will allow me to cough that way.
Yeah.
It calmed my heart down so comfortably that the cough turned into like a
that's weird to think about.
Yeah, it's like imagine having a hot, like
you just had the
like coming out.
Yeah.
And
the weight.
something hits you and you just you breathe.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the physical effects of it. It soothes you.
Yeah.
But there's an anxiety going into it.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure.
So anyway, so the first veil you go through is the visual. So you see all these shapes, you're getting real comfortable when you land, going into yourself. The second hit, now this is where it got crazy. It takes you to your element.
Yeah.
Whatever element your energy like pervades while you're in this experience.
Yeah.
For me, that's how I experienced it. I went into the water. Mine was water.
Yeah.
And like I was an amoeba in the ocean. It was like a big, vast ocean. It was like I was like a blue light was in my chest, and I felt like the individual part of the ocean. But at the same time, I felt like the whole ocean.
Right.
So to switch between those two, like individualized and then full.
Yeah.
So and you will feel like it's like
You
you're
can feel the
at
shift.
Atlantic. It's
You're
like looking at the
connected
Atlantic.
to the plane.
Yes.
Like everything that is three-dimensional
Yes.
turns into like
you. It's like you see
a
yourself
linear
and-
kind of thing, kind of.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Everything that's three-dimensional
man.
becomes
Yeah.
a line versus like a wave.
Right.
A spark in a wave. It's like
Yeah.
a line. So like I'm going into the water and I'm becoming the ocean.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see two sine waves that are just basically
Yes.
barely off, and then they slowly come
Yes,
together
come
and they
into
hit
one.
that peak.
Yeah. So the physical experience you'll have will be based in elements. So you're basically coming out of this existence.
Right.
So the first thing is your visual. Second
Love
is
that.
your feeling or whatever energy
Right.
you're tied to. So I took another hit. And this is where you meet deity.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Deity.
Oh, man.
So deity is the constructs that we have of the creator.
Right.
Right? That whatever connects to us like on a primal level.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the deity I saw was Ganesh.
The
I saw
elephant
the
god.
elephant
Yeah, the
god.
elephant
And it
god.
had like a feminine energy to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that gate, you meet a feminine energy that's
Right.
guiding you into like welcoming you.
Yeah.
Kind of like Anubis. And,
Right.
And he's like the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the other realm. So mine was Ganesh. And Ganesh had like, was looking at me waving these arms, and it had like this orangish hue like this, orangish and reddish hue in his chest.
Yeah.
It was all glowing out and it was all like warm colors. It's looking at me, waving its arms.
Yeah.
And like it's welcoming me in. And then like the arms are linked to a billion other Ganeshas. All through this endless plane of Ganeshas looking at me doing
So again, all of this stuff is just like pattern.
Yes.
What is... Okay,
That
I
sounds
can hear you
amazing.
tell me that.
Yes. But seeing Ganesh
But I
is like,
can't
wait, what?
imagine... I can't imagine literally seeing it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so
Imagine-
how did you take it? Was it a scary thing? Was it?
It wasn't at first. It's kind of shocking, but like the energy is coming with. It's like it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, like it's telling you it's okay. Like it's like the Ganesh.
That's what Joe Rogan said, that he kept hearing these tiny little voices that they call the
Yeah.
DMT elves.
Yeah.
That just kept saying, love is everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Everything loves you.
Yes.
Everything's okay.
And that's what the Ganesh like had. The energy it had is like it knows a joke
Yeah.
Right.
that nobody else knows, and it's
Yeah.
just laughing at this joke. And
Right.
like it's the
Yeah.
most humorous thing in the world, and it's looking at you just laughing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Man.
Look, I'm everywhere. But like, imagine you're like in space, or like you're standing out on
Yeah.
the soil. Everything turns black, and all you see is an orange ore. So at some point, everything around you is going to kind of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
get out of focus.
Right.
You know, so it's like you're in the void, but at the same time, you just see a three like a flat image that you basically go into. So it's welcoming you into this flat.
Oh.
Whoa.
So you see a flat Ganesh.
Yeah.
With 3D around
Bringing
it.
you
Yeah,
through
pulling you
this,
Yeah.
like,
and it's getting bigger and bigger in space. So space is becoming Ganesh, and you're going into that.
oh, that sounds.
Dude, have you ever watched any of this virtual art kind of stuff?
Yes.
Oh man, what's the dude's name? He does a lot of them. I followed him. He does. Okay, so I got this VR headset, this Oculus thing,
Yeah.
and I got the Trip app and Machine Elves.
Mm.
I think he's called something Machine
I
Elves.
think
Okay.
you showed
But
me
he
that
makes
before.
these digital
Dude.
3D VR things that sound exactly like a DMT trip.
Yep.
Wow.
And I love watching it. It's the most calming thing because
Yeah.
you can like look around and you're just navigating through this like orb
Of
that you
color.
enter that is all
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes,
I'll have to show you
yes.
that sometime.
That
Yes,
does
let's do it.
sound.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds about the same though, and that's what I've always heard: is you travel through colors
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Go through colors and
and the
then
voices.
After
It's
you
always
leave,
there.
after you meet the deity, and here's what I experienced.
Yeah.
So I went through the deity realm, and then that's when the blast off took place. So that's when like
Oh, that blast off hadn't happened
Hadn't
yet.
happened yet.
God.
Hadn't happened yet.
Okay.
So these are the 3 layers. The first veil was the visual. Second veil was the water.
Yeah.
Third veil was the deity. And then I went to the fourth, but then I had to like blast off
Yeah.
through me. So like here's what I experienced next. I experienced myself.
You'll never believe what happened fourth.
Fourth is crazy.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, I love those. You'll never believe what happens in number 4.
Can't talk about this.
Okay.
We gotta keep them wanting more.
So that's when I experienced myself decompose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Heard
felt
about
my
that
body
stuff.
going to the soil.
Oh, what?
I felt my body decompose, turn to bone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt I came to soil, and then I grew into a flower. The flower died, like came back, died, came back,
Yeah.
died, and then
You
went
live
off
life cycles of
into
this.
space. And like
Yeah.
I went off into the ether, like when the
Start
light
growing.
sucked the life came from the planet. I left the planet.
Right.
And then from there, I felt myself going in a roller coaster, the roller coaster loop or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I shoot up. Then when I shoot up, it was like the Ezekiel thing, right? The 4 animals of the Sphinx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I saw all 4 of those energies.
Oh.
Then I left the plane.
And that was
then
it.
I couldn't tell you what happened after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, because basically you're being shed of your ego.
It's like
Right.
yeah.
So then when you pass through that, you don't have any kind of
So what
human
you
ways of
Right.
explaining.
There's
So you moved
what you
past
experience.
that part.
you're
and
left
we're
with
still
a
under.
feeling
Yeah.
that words aren't.
That wasn't
created
when you
for.
woke up. You
I went
deeper.
I went deeper, and I don't know what was after that.
Right.
But that's a blast. That's all I remember.
That
was
is
a blast off.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And absolutely terrifying. Sign me up. I cannot
Yes.
wait. That
I'm very
sounds-
interested.
That sounds to me, I mean, seriously,
It-
like
I've read so much like it, and
It's
it's to my disservice. Like I
unbelievable.
I probably should just try it.
Well,
But,
yeah.
dude,
I mean,
I love
being as into
studying
as-
it so much.
Yeah. the only way to know now at this point, as much as we both know about it, the only thing we're going to know more is how it feels. We already know.
What do you feel the repercussions were?
Repercussions.
If any. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, good repercussions as well.
Oh,
you know, like,
okay.
like
well,
what did it do?
When I hear
something
repercussions,
for you?
It did.
Negative.
It did allow me to take leaps I wouldn't typically take.
Right.
You know, because like, I mean, to be in a state to where you want to do DMT, it's an interesting state to be in.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
You're searching for something. You don't do it
some
recreationally.
sort of answer, and something's afoot.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you're trying to get to something. So at that point in my life, something was afoot.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't really thriving in my career like I would like. I'm trying to find my footing in my career, you know, instead of working these 9-to-5 jobs.
Right.
Nothing that was fulfilling for me. You know, while seeking that, not having the financial stability. So like there was areas in my life where I wasn't taking leaps, even though I knew where I should take those steps.
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So yeah, after that, it just, it's like a rude awakening. It puts you, you know, in a state of to where you're ready to take those steps that you wouldn't.
That is insane.
It's kind of like taking that fear of death, getting it
and
over
looking
with
it in the
now,
face.
just
so that
saying,
you don't have to carry it anymore.
Yeah, not to carry it, and it comes back.
Yeah,
you know, there's other parts of me, of my ego, that I need to shed.
Right.
And I think that was just a quick burst experience of how that looks energetically.
Yeah.
Or like through the divine's eyes, and why it's okay to let this shed.
Right.
And that's what I got from Ganesh, the Ganesh energy. You know?
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
felt something that was calming, and
amazing.
saying,
dude,
"Hey, it's
like,
cool.
It's cool. Let it go, bro."
It's like I think a lot of people think it's like this one-time thing, but it's life is a series of constant shedding of skin.
Oh, yeah.
Like we just keep all this stuff on us and don't get rid of things, and
it doesn't
to our
end.
disservice because
exactly.
Shit's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah,
it's heavy. I mean, and speaking of that, speaking of which, like kind of going back to the earlier conversation about which I feel like we rose in consciousness.
Yeah,
yes,
above the,
the
Kanye West and the Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
But like that, I think is the root to it. You know, it's like being able to remember that when all that's going on.
Yeah,
you know, because that's how we stay stuck in those states of fear of like letting the ego shed a layer.
Yeah,
you know, and it's all based on holding on to those layers.
Yep.
You know, even with Alonzo, like my brother, you know, that was taken from us. Like there's parts of that I have to like come to peace with.
Right.
You know, but there's a lot of anger and frustration that comes along with that process.
There's only so much peace that that's one of those things that like, that takes time.
Yeah.
Like
eventually it can live with you.
Yes.
And cohabitate with you, but it's not a good roommate for a long time.
For too long. You gotta let it go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
but it's inevitable though, also. You know? Like,
it's
one of those things you can't just like wish away.
Yeah.
And
so
you wouldn't want to. Part of it's you
exactly
feeling that desire to hold on to him still.
Yes.
And sometimes when you
there's reasons for that.
When you go through that process, you are making yourself feel bad about it because that feeling, even that bad feeling, is a feeling that you feel like you are connecting with that person.
Yes, that's true. Wow.
It seems.
Yeah, and we all go through that. We all have some kind of trauma that we're trying to shed and grow from, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody does.
And I mean, I don't think
in
you ever
different
stop
ways, like,
in that sort of like search or you don't stop the growing unless you stop the search. And I don't think you ever stop the search.
Yes.
Like that should be ongoing.
Once you stop searching for answers
to anything, I mean,
go
really,
ahead
like,
and pick out your plot.
Yes.
You know, like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what? Oh man, I was watching.
Man, that's beautiful.
I was watching Midnight Club.
Wow.
Have you seen Midnight Club?
Oh, I saw it pop up last night on Netflix.
So good. I love it. Cheesy at times, but I still love it.
I love cheesy.
Midnight Club. Have you seen it? It's on Netflix? It's this new horror anthology kind of thing, but it's really deep though.
Okay.
But at one point it's like the steward says something to him because it's all these kids and they go live in this hospice together because they're all dying.
Haunted,
and they all tell these ghost stories
with
each other and stuff like that. And they're coping with the fact that they're dying and they're trying to find all these things. But the steward says something like, they're talking about quotes from famous people. It's like, I'll tell you what, this Ralph Waldo Emerson quote is one of my favorites. It's not the length of life, it's the depth. And that's a great way to think about it. It's like, depth.
not the length.
It's like we are too concerned on the length and when it's going to end.
Are you willing to go in life?
That we don't spread it out.
That's brilliant. That's godly right there, y'all.
Yeah.
And that's Ralph Waldo Emerson. I think he was a transcendentalist, maybe.
Depth.
Oh man.
And look, that's and back to Kanye. I'm gonna get off of this.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, it is.
But that's why I appreciate him.
Yep.
Because he's willing. And my mama said this too when she called me today. She was like, "Yo, he's not scared to at least speak his mind.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not afraid. He's willing to go deep. Take that depth. What I mean? Those steps. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of us.
I think the stuff he's talking just doesn't connect to the people that are hearing it.
You're right.
That's a big.
And I think that's
huge
partially
disconnect.
dangerous. Like it's
That's
good for him
true,
to do
yes.
that, but it's
Yes.
also a little bit dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I don't think that they're
true.
in a position to really
help any.
get on the level that it's coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's talking some.
Where you coming from on that? You kind of skipping past some steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communicate that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not even in a condemning way, because like people are working. They trying to pay their bills and do what they got to do to, they don't have time to think about.
In a world of sound bites, Kanye is a villain.
Yeah.
But in like
probably
depth,
to
a lot of people, yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
like what? Yeah, one of those.
That's true.
Evil feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
But in reality, I mean, he's having a hard time.
Because life has been edited, man.
And yeah, I know.
Life has been edited.
Oh.
Guys, I'm excited about this Middle Pillar project.
Right?
Dude, let's talk about it.
It's a blessing.
We can, I just had the realization that we can now let people hear it. Because when this comes out, it'll be out.
Okay.
This comes out on Friday.
Let's do it.
And the single.
Let's talk about it first.
Let's talk about
I
the song too. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do this.
With this track. Okay, so Monsters. Oh man, where do you
The story
start
of
with
Monsters.
This? Yeah, I
the
mean,
story of
the
Monsters.
song that changes.
I feel like it became itself.
Yeah,
honestly,
it did. It grew
I
its own
can't
legs.
pinpoint many parts of the creation of it.
Yeah.
I just pinpoint the time of creation of Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you guys sent the beat.
It sort of had like a life of its own because it started in such a simple way, and then you had some ideas that like completely made it even more simple, and I was like, I don't know, and I stripped it away, and I was like, oh, and then you did that first verse, and I was like, well, okay, this song made itself. Just that right there was it.
Yeah,
and
man,
from
beautiful.
the moment we started shaping the first act of
Yeah.
that song, I was like, oh, there's something here that's like no one's ever heard.
It's like a
this
theater
before, right?
piece.
And plus, we all connected on a really weird and fast trajectory too. I feel like I did, at least. Like everything was like you don't get comfort with other people that close.
Yeah, that's very true.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, and especially making music, because I'm very particular about making music, and and dynamics can really throw you off kilter sometimes.
That's true.
As much as it can benefit at times.
Yeah.
And when you're, and I think that we've got something really cool.
I do too. I think that it's a mixture of sounds.
Yeah,
no one's expecting.
Yeah. Well,
Let's talk about the middle pillar, though.
The middle pillar. Yeah.
What the name derives from.
Nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about how we got cool first, because I think that's
How we got cool.
We got real cool, man. We became homies,
did.
dude.
That was
Yeah.
It happened quick too.
Real
It was
fast. So-
God, I don't even remember the origins. It happened so fast. It was like we had
What
an
did-
idea. Oh, and here it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
so-
almost felt like it was so meant to be that like it just was
Yeah.
to me. Like I don't remember really like even the steps that got us there because it just like felt right.
Yeah.
But it's
So
funny,
I'm
I had sent you a message a couple years before, maybe, that we about wanting to work on some beats, because I'd heard your stuff. I was
Yes.
like, man, we need to work with this guy.
Yes, we had been saying that for a long
Someone
time.
didn't respond back for like
of like 2-3 years.
2 or 3 years.
But like, I think you hit me up. Hit me up around the time when like I got off Facebook. I would go through these things when I'm on my Kanye boy.
Yeah.
And,
no, I get that, man.
I
I've
can't do
for a
social
little
media.
while.
Like I probably just deleted my Facebook page for like a year. Or
I just
something.
brought mine back for the middle pillar stuff. So
Bars.
we'll
See,
There's reasons to have it. You just can't
Yeah.
let it consume you.
Yeah.
But so you guys were sending like, well, you hit me up about collaborating. You hit me up. Again.
Yeah. I think I sent you
After I
some
dropped-
Skeleton Beach stuff first, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm digging this. So I was digging what you were producing, and then and also you basically invited
then
to shoot a video for my project.
Yep.
Yeah, I put an album out. last year. And like we were meeting up to try to get an idea for a video. But shortly through that, we realized that just us being together was a really healing experience, you know? And I'm like, yo, this is like therapy.
Yeah, it is. Every time we leave a room together.
Yeah, every time. I remember our first get together, you know, we like hung out. And the conversation was so elevated that like I felt a high for like a week.
Yeah. It's nice when you meet people that you feel you connect with that get you. And it's like, oh, this doesn't happen often.
Yeah. Oh, we can ride on the same energy. That's fun. I don't
be ourselves
like this
completely.
like throttling kind of like guessing game of like, how fucking me can I be?
Exactly. I could be fully, I could do the whole,
I can be my whole self.
Be my whole self, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, let me.
So I think it was like one of our sessions. Well, you sent the beat first, right?
Yeah.
And the dope thing about the beat, I think, is it's cool because we kind of co-wrote the even the narrative of the song.
Yeah.
Because when I heard the beat, there was a sample in it, right? Mm-hmm. And the sample said, "How did those monsters get up there?"
Yeah.
Right. And we're just coming out of a pandemic. Pandemic just ends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like media's doing what it's doing. Everybody's dying. You know, all this crazy stuff's going on. So the whole concept of like monsters that get impregnated in us from the media came up into me. Right.
Yeah.
It's my dope. That's the narrative. That's the narrative piece.
Right.
How does monsters get in our head?
So let me tell you.
Yeah. So wrote the verse, sent it off. Y'all loved it. And I recall us getting together like, you know what, man, we should, what was it beforehand? Do we have the group name already? Or did we write the song first?
I think we had talked about the group name first because we had started talking about the middle pillar, you know, chakra meditations and stuff like that. Because I had been doing those at the same time and like looking at those. And I think we started writing the song.
Okay.
And then we realized like this is just shaping into what we named, all these things
this makes sense.
Yeah. And the middle pillar actually comes from the feeling I got from being with you guys. You know, it felt like a grounding, you know, like the feelings I would have when I would actually do the middle pillar exercise.
Yeah.
You know,
oh damn.
When you do that, you find that grounding and that peace, you know. And I feel like that healing that we bring when we're together.
I really think that we have a really good, because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, like we've made music together for so long. A lot of times, like we've started bands and stopped bands because like not everyone sees things the same way, and that's fine. It's just how bands work. But we know we got this vision.
You can depend on.
And now then we like the triangle formed, and it was like, oh wait, we're all on the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, and we all come from the same backgrounds of music and love all of the same. Oh, we're all diverse. This is great. This is gonna work.
We became friends.
And then we became friends, and then from there, the music just only got better and better.
Yeah.
Music, the moment it owns you.
Yes.
Better never let it go.
Better never let it go. You only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. We talked about
it. We had that same thing yesterday.
And what's dope about this group is like we're brothers as well. You know, there's times I'm going through stuff. I hit Derek up and he'll help me through it. You know, we'll talk about things, life.
Yes.
So I feel like the project is a tool of healing for us, and I'm sure it's going to have that same, or I hope, I intend that it has that same impact on the people.
That's what we want to translate, you know, listen to the lyrics very, you know, carefully, but take them for yourself. Because like
the whole thing, man, it
should speak to you. Yeah. And that's what, you know, everything that we're going to, you know, be working on is looking at ourselves, but also sort of like looking back out and saying, look,
I'm of the belief that that's the only way that you can help society almost is to help.
I think so too. And people to think for themselves.
Not help yourself, but like better yourself. Be honest. Be more honest to yourself. Be more open. Sit in silence some.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll see the world just sort of like look better to you at least because you're not seeing such shit in people because you're not seeing as much shit in yourself.
Yes.
And when you don't think shitty things about a person, you're more able to help them because you don't think they're a piece of shit.
That's true. A lot deeper. Yeah.
That's real, dude.
I don't know.
That is.
Because we're all a projection of like our own internal self-image.
Right.
We project on other people. Like we judge because we know.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.
You know, like so that's
true.
real, man. It's a matter of
there's also that thing of realizing that everybody else has different truths as well to themselves. Like I think there's all this singular truth, you know? Like there's this all thing that like once our energy flows out of our body and gets all burnt up and goes into the ether of whatever this thing is, you know?
Yeah.
Then it'll be like,
got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Energy can't
inconsequential.
Yeah.
Inconsequential. Yeah. Everything down there, there was a purpose for that. I don't think we need to find the purpose right now.
No.
Yes.
I mean, it's not always about. That's just like that saying, you know.
Finding
it's about
truth.
The journey,
it's finding
not the destination, bro. It's finding the truth, but not getting there.
It's not washing the dishes.
Seeking.
It's not washing the dishes every night and hating it the whole time.
Yeah.
It's washing the dishes every night and enjoying washing the dishes, dude.
Because you're alive and you're doing.
It's like Thich Nhat Hanh. Like when they do this Buddhist like kind of teachings, it's like when you wash the dishes, be mindful and wash the dishes. Don't think about like wanting to get it done so you can get out and have another cup of tea, or you can go talk to them, or you can do while you're washing the dishes. Wash them. And that is meditation, and that is mindfulness. And that kind of stuff helps. I'll find myself doing that when I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, I'm brushing my teeth. And then I take care of each tooth. And there's a little moments where you can make yourself do that.
Yeah.
And when you find those moments, do it, because you'll feel better.
Ride the wave when it hits you. Yeah.
But then 10 minutes later, you won't remember it, and you'll be fucking cussing at something that's pissing you off.
That's how it works.
I'll be like mad because my kids are making noises and I want to read a book or something like that. And then every once in a while I'll be like, take everything in right now.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Yeah. Enjoy it.
Damn. All of that to say, Monsters, October 14th.
Already out.
Hit play on Spotify. And
hopefully, it's not popped up there. I'm getting nervous.
It'll be.
It'll be the day of.
It'll be there. Yeah. And just take it in.
Take it in.
Are we gonna play the song?
Let's play the song.
Do you want to play it like right now too?
Well,
because we're definitely gonna play it at the end of the episode. Yeah.
Well, let's play at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we've been talking forever.
We are now at 1 hour 24 minutes.
Okay, so we should probably we're gonna have many.
I was surprised. I just happened to look over.
We'll cut it.
Oh yeah. So basically, we never.
Is there anything you have something you want to talk about that we didn't get to talk about?
Oh.
Anything you want to say before we go? Because I don't want you to leave here unfulfilled.
No. That's never a good thing.
I think we covered it all.
We did cover a lot.
We talked about the pop culture things.
Yeah. Those are the important ones, and those are the ones that like.
Definitely... one thing I will say, disclaimer: I don't know if the Tupac thing is absolutely true.
Oh yeah,
it just makes sense.
Okay.
It just makes sense. That's all. Right. Forever we love Tupac.
I mean, maybe Tupac is playing the system the way Kanye is playing the system.
That's what
I always like to think about.
Kanye and Tupac
though. That's what I like to think about the death. You know, I like to think that he's still out there. He didn't.
Like die. I do want.
I like to believe he is still out there. And it was a big.
I want to believe he got out of the trap.
That's a dope shirt, bro. Right? That's a dope hoodie. That's a dope
must.
Hoodie.
It's a must.
I want that hoodie.
It's nice, right?
Dude, it's nice.
In my mind, all the dead people that I love are living in the Caribbean somewhere.
That's true.
Somewhere chilling, doing them.
Yeah,
they're all living in the Caribbean.
Doing them Harlem Shake. Well, remember the Harlem Shake?
God.
Oh, we got to pull a card first before.
You're right.
Let's pull a card.
Last week was not the best of times.
Yeah, I see it. Tower.
Yep, that's still there.
Lord bless it. Ooh, we got. After we pull this card, we got to close on this Bible verse.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And last week
we'll do it.
It made sense that we pulled the tower. It was a
all right, Darius. I'm gonna hand these over to you. I want you to pull the card today.
Okay. Am I not shuffling? Just pulling.
You can shuffle. Just get your energy on it.
Get my energy on it.
Get your energy on it.
Feel them for a second. See
what kind of a question are we gonna have? We used to do a one card pull.
This is a general, it's one card pull, general, like, you know.
Just going out on your week. We want people to this is your card to think of after you listen to this episode as you go throughout your week.
Be mindful that these things are coming your way. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? It looks a little shady.
Looks like the devil's beating his wife.
Oh man, that is a saying.
That's my favorite saying.
Man.
Did you ever hear that when you were growing up?
See?
Did you ever hear like devil beating his wife whenever it was sunny outside but it was raining? Was that a thing that you heard growing up? No, I heard it all the time.
The devil beating his wife?
That's what my grandma used to always say.
Yeah, it's a crazy one.
That's a dope one.
Yeah,
that's
wild.
It's creepy though. Yeah. Oh man, that's dark.
Yeah,
Grandma.
It's really dark, man.
That's dark, Granny. Thanks.
No, it's just the devil beating his wife.
Like when you literally think about it. Damn, Granny, that's dark.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty dark.
For her to have just like, it's casual. It's just a saying. But no, that's dark.
The rain is dope sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Oh my
God!
All right. Let's go.
How do just 2 weeks? Hey guys,
this is our song, Monsters.
This is
Love
magic. Let's go. It's time.
Love you.
Yes, we talked about this earlier. The tower.
Yeah.
Love you, but you know what?
How did it come back up?
Dude. Know ye not that you are the. You gotta read the Bible verse. You got to.
Oh, what was it?
Know ye
It was
not.
1 Corinthians.
Yes. Know ye not the ye are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth within you. Read the whole verse.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
Oh,
That adds a layer to the tarot card.
Yeah.
Yes.
That adds a layer to that.
What happened?
And for that,
That was my fault.
No, that was me.
Derek hit play on the NPC.
Can we speak on that verse real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
You gonna spit on that
Thank
verse?
you. Yeah, I was gonna say thank you for that.
Done.
'Cause now here we go.
Huh?
I got time.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, we're still. Yeah,
We're going. We're
yeah,
good.
right there. Yeah.
All right, the tower card. So that Bible verse. What do you say about the water will destroy? Kind of got distracted by the beat.
Oh yeah, that came on
Put it
hot.
off a little bit.
It was
Sorry.
nice. No, it was
Sorry,
great.
I'm so fire over here without
no,
even
that was
meaning
nice.
to.
I love this card. This card is actually amazing.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's one of those
It's
cards
okay.
that's scary to get, but I love it.
I
know-
love this card.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
Yeah,
So it's about not being shitty to
Man.
yourself.
it is.
That verse
it
is
really
basically.
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the tower card is like tear down all the things, tear down the ego, tear down all the walls,
Mhm. Man.
because it's
Also, on top of that, abrupt change is good.
Yes.
Mhm.
This strike is coming from the divine. So that's a strike of bringing you back to awareness of the reality and truth.
Yep.
Because we build up these walls, we put on all these clothes. You see these two characters wearing these clothes, right? We build up all of these things that we believe are us, our homes, the things we were,
true.
right?
Things that
So
make
the
up
strike
us.
from the divine is you just tearing down these old perceptions so you can come back into relationship with who you truly are, which is divine.
it's like
That's
the
why
fall, Lucifer's fall.
The follow. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing that needs to happen in our lives.
Mhm.
I'm facing a tower moment right now, big time. But it's a beautiful thing, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to be greater
On
and
the other
more in
end of it.
connection.
Yes.
On the other end of it is needed.
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day
That
and how
is-
like
I can't believe twice in a week.
somehow in order the duality, in order to create
Like-
the happiness you want, you've probably got to go through the opposite amount
and that's
Yes.
true.
hurt or
Yes.
sorrow because
Yes.
you don't understand. You have to have the opposite of something to understand.
Man, I mean, you know what? This is
Dude,
just
this
something
is
we
a
need to lean
blessing.
into.
This is a
hey,
blessing,
once
man.
again, thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
tuning into Sharing
Thank
News with Friends.
you.
Life is suffering. Get out there and suffer for yourself and everyone around you.
Life is suffering. Get used to it.
Get used to it. God,
Make
it's
it
good.
your
Suffer
friend.
again until next week. And you know what? We'll be
God is
back.
good.
We'll be back. Oh wait, hold on. Join
Oh.
Patreon. We have Patreon exclusives.
Oh, we still have to do a tag.
Yeah,
from
we
the
do have to
beginning,
do a tag.
You know,
Ooh.
but Jarius, thank you for being here.
Thank y'all for having
so
me.
much.
Yes.
You'll be back. I mean, obviously.
Blessed be, hallowed be thy name.
All right, this is Monsters in our group, The Middle Pillar. And go if you want to listen to us, go to Spotify or wherever that is.
Follow.
and follow
Like,
us and
and
do all
join-
those things.
Join the Middle Pillar
Join the
on
Middle
social
Pillar.
media
Yeah.
at Join the Middle Pillar.
We will all be grounded soon.
Yes.
And we really, really are in love with this project. And I
Yes.
hope that it comes out in the music.
I think it does. I think it does.
Love y'all.
Word.
Hit it.
Peace and blessings.
Finger gun, Gene.
Man,
got it going way out.
that's crazy.
Many ways those monsters can get in up there.
Hey, It's a monopoly, yo. Try to be more like a Socrates far as philosophy goes. But that only get me so far when I'm constantly weighing these woes. They say it's about to go down, it's like the economy, no. Stressing my mama with all of that drama, but through it all we making do. When the sky switched up to navy blue, all I want's croutons up in a salad, with enough in the bank to pay the balance, for a brand new car to lead a lot, and some fresh new kicks to beat the block, and a house with a wife that's so in love. But that's if we all live long enough, cause they say it's all over, we lived in the veil. Ain't talking about breathing to say we in hell. Every day it's a problem, they passing out L's. Diseases, the famine, and rumors of wars. The monsters are coming, they right at the door. They beating and beating and beating. I doubt that anytime soon I'll be sleeping.
Cause there's monsters underneath my bed. Tell myself that I'm just tripping. It's all in my head.
Relax, just breathe. It's all good. Trust me. Relax, just breathe. It's okay. Trust me. Hey, relax, just breathe. It's all good. Trust me. Relax, just breathe. It's okay. Trust me.
Still need my money. Still need my money though.
Too many ways those monsters can get in up there.
Try to play it cool, now I'm 100 miles a running down the avenue. Look, can't you see I'm stuffing by that dirty trash can? He try and jump me for my money. It ain't funny, wouldn't take him for a joke. If you seen what I seen, you probably turn into a ghost. His eyes kinda glow when his teeth white as snow. Try to find ways to cope, but there's no hope. There you go, I spray on the salt, yo. Just the other day, he tried to cut me off at Costco. Why you so hostile? I can't keep my eyes closed. Make me wanna hide till I turn into a fossil and cry. No, I can't let him win. Oh man, there he go again. That scary grin make me wanna just sprint, but I can't this time. Sick the courage from within. Damn.
There were monsters underneath my bed. Till I grew up and put them in my head.
Relax. Just breathe. It's okay. Trust me.